Yes, guys, welcome from me, a second player profile for Championship Manager 0102. I'm reeling them out this morning. You can tell it's a Saturday, can't you? Very similar to one of my last player profiles that I've done. This is, I will put him under the legend status, Michael Owen. I didn't really like him. I thought he was a little bastard. But let's be honest, right? Michael Owen, he burst onto the scene, particularly for England in 1998, of course. You know, with his speed, and he was a great player. Take nothing away as to what sort of player Michael Owen was. You know, when he burst onto the scene, he really was terrifying. He was terrifying of I mean, was it Argentina, weren't it? You know, same age as me, 4 days younger, believe it or not. Michael Owen, let's talk about him as a player in real life first. So, burst onto the Liverpool scene, but was really plagued by injuries. Now, the players that leave, particularly Liverpool or anyone that end up at Real Madrid, really fuck me off. McManaman was the first, and Michael Owen was another one. It really fucks me off how these players... and it winds me up more with English players, because a lot of the foreign players, they say it was their dream to play at either Barca or Real Madrid. And Michael Owen, you know, he went to Liverpool. He left Liverpool in 04-05, which was that the year that they won the Champions League. Plagued by a lot of injuries throughout his entire career. Of course, it didn't work out at Real Madrid. Of course, it didn't. 36 games, 13 goals. He left Real Madrid, and of course, ended up at Newcastle, which, in all fairness, that was at a time when I was a big fan of I still am, Bobby Robson. And I thought, you know, that is in, you know, Shearer and Owen. Wow. Or a retiring Shearer, an aging Shearer. You know, it was interesting. But again, injuries as well. Controversial move, of course, in 2009. Saw him turn out for Man United. Again, injury hit. Of course, injury hit. I mean, he's down on record as being at Man U for 3 years, but only 31 appearances in total. So it's barely 10 a fucking season, and only like 5 goals. And does anyone know where he finished his career? No, I didn't know either. I had to check this because I couldn't remember. I knew of the first 4 that I've just said. I didn't remember that he ended up at Stoke City. So in total, over 360 odd games, and over 163 or so odd goals. England, 89 games for England and 40 goals. So 40 goals, he's not far from, I think he's in the top 10, isn't he, from our leading goal scorers. And that only stemmed, to be fair, on a 10-year gap from 98 to 2008. So he stopped playing for England at 28, but that was really because of injuries and shit. You know, it makes me laugh because he had such a good concept at Liverpool, and of course he was Liverpool youth as well. He went to Liverpool when he was like 12 years old, 11, 12 years old as a youth kid. But something I pointed out on my previous video about Steven Gerrard was, or about players that don't just do the under-21s. Now, the good thing about Michael Owen, he really did climb the ranks. He did under-15s, under-16s, under-18s, under-20s. So 4 more, as well as the under-21s. Yeah, all right, he didn't have a massive amounts of games for the under-20s or the under-21s. Close to a dozen or so for the 16s and 18s. But my point is, he did it. You know, he went through the ranks, and you've got to admire him for that. You know, 8 games for the under-15s, 15 goals. 11 games for the under-16s, 15 goals. 14 games for the under-18s, 10 goals. Take nothing away from his international record, no matter what level it is. Of course, he was an out-and-out striker. Always played as an out-and-out striker. So let's talk about him on CM. Now, CM, Championship Manager got him absolute spot on, because he was a pain for injury proneness. You can see there, right, albeit I'm 7 seasons in on this particular video. Injury prone 17, and if we have a look at injuries, yeah, look at that. They got that absolutely spot on. I mean, they weren't severe injuries, a few weeks here and there, but they were very consistent. 5 weeks there for pulled hamstring, shock, and a groin strain there as well. Another pulled hamstring there. you know, they got it absolutely spot on. On this particular game, he obviously didn't make any moves at all. And if he's fit, then he'll score you goals. So season 1, 11 goals, 25 goals isn't bad in 51. 20 goals, clearly injuries kicked in towards the prime of his career. Yeah, so we get everything in there, don't we? So you see, season 1, 25, season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, I got that wrong. It's 8 seasons that we've had, isn't it? 8 seasons, I meant. 771 last season was his close to his best season, particularly on 41 games, 51 games in season 1. So he will score goals if he's fit, if he don't go off. So you've got to handle him really, really with care. So, I mean, his attributes, he's got some great attributes. You know, the finishing and the pace and the off the ball, they're the 3 key ones for a striker. And he looks really fucking deadly. You know, it's just that injury prone. Something else I pointed out in a previous video, if you're fortunate to be able to send him for rehab, then maybe that injury prone could go down and you could get a better result from him within the game. Going back to him in real life, it was a really big thing to see him go to Man United. If I was a Man U fan, I would not want to see it. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be referring to him as a fucking Judas. So that is my Owen for you guys on a player profile. If you've got anything you want to add, any player profiles you want to see, share it with me and I'll try and do it for you. Till next time from me, guys, take it easy.